Hello friends, so today we are going to implement a program to find the average of n numbers using array in Python. So basically what you are observing here that we will going to split this problem into two parts. Our first challenge is we need to find the average of n numbers. So for example, you need to find the average of 5 number, let the n value will be 6. So find the average of 6 number or find the average of 3 number. And the second challenge is we need to implement the average of n numbers using array. So first we will going to see the concept related to average, and then we will going to explore more about array, and then we will going to implement the given code. Now you must be familiar with this concept, but just to refresh the concept once again related to average. Now since you must appear for class 10 examination, so what we used to do, we always used to find the average of our marks, and then we used to say that I got this much percentage, I got 90%, I got 80%. So basically what we are doing in that case, we are adding the marks of all the element, all the subject, and then we are dividing it with the total number of subject for which I have appeared for the examination, and through that we calculated the average. So average is nothing but the sum of the number divided by number of units. So I hope you got the concept related to average. Now our second challenge is array. So let's understand about array. Now in order to greet someone, in English we say hello friends. Now in Spanish, if you want to greet someone, you will going to say hola amigos. So basically the main intention is to greet the people, but our language is different. Same thing happening here also. There is no concept of array in Python, but list work like an array in Python. Actually many other programming language such as C, C++, Java, they use the concept of array, but in Python there is no concept of array. So Python does not have built-in support for arrays, but Python list can be. Here we will learn how to use list as an array. So for Python, array means list. So here we are going to use list as an array. Now your first question must be in your mind is, what do you mean by the list in Python? So what do you mean by the list in Python? Now suppose you can see this one, that here in subject 1, this one is a variable, and here I am storing some value. For subject 2 I am storing some value. For subject 3 I am storing some value, and for the total variable I am storing some value. Now when you are going to store this variable on the memory, on the computer memory, or you can say memory allocation, so basically we are wasting four block of memory. So is it possible that a single variable can hold all these 4 value? Then our task will be also easy, and the number of codes in the program will be also very less. So, and list is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. So till now whatever we see here, these variable can hold only one value, but list is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. And the example is this one. So subject is a variable of type list equal to, here we will going to use square bracket. So here we open the square bracket and here we close the square bracket, and inside this one we have written the value of the respective subject and the value of the total, and we separated every value with the comma. You can see, since our first 3 value are the string, so we are quoting it with the double quote, and our 4th value is integer, so we are not quoting it with anything. So this is how we will going to resolve the issue related to memory allocation. So here instead of using 4 different variable, we are just using one variable, and inside one variable we are storing all the 4 value. So this is making our programming very smart and efficient. Now once you understood about what do we mean by list in Python, now second question arises, how you are going to populate or enter the element or input the element in the list or an array. So how to initialize the list array in Python? So that you can use the append method to add an element to an array. So how we are going to use the append method? I will going to give you one simple scenario, and once you got the scenario, you will easily be knowing how we are doing that. Suppose data of a Aadhaar card. Now suppose you got one project where you have to enter the data of the Aadhaar card. Now the data of the Aadhaar card is containing name, date of birth, and Aadhaar number. So what you will going to do first time, you will going to create one variable, name anything. It can be ARR, it can be AX, anything, and then equal to, you will going to just open the square bracket and close the square bracket, and you will not going to mention anything. That means it is an empty list or an empty array. Now our first requirement is we need to store the name. So how to store the name here? So we will going to call that variable using the dot operator. We will apply append, and inside append, if I have to enter some name, then after executing, the Rahul will going to be there. So now we populated our array. Now our second requirement is date of birth. So for example, Rahul date of birth is. Now again what I did, I just call this name using the dot operator in the append, and inside the append we are sending the value. Once I will going to execute this command, now it again will going to store this value also. Now we have to input the Aadhaar number. So again we call the array using the dot operator. We use this append method, and inside this one we will going to put that number that we are using. For example, I am using this one for the Aadhaar. So here we populated all the. So I remember initially the array was empty like this. Now array is having 3 different value. How we inserted the value? Using this append method. Here I missed the same double quotes. Okay. Now I just want to mention one more thing regarding this one, that in India there are 1.3 billion population. Now in order, see, everyone needs Aadhaar card. So in order to fill all the form of the people, basically all people will going to have these parameter. So every time the programmer have to write these 3 lines again and again, that will going to reduce the efficiency, and that is not possible also. That will be a very hard working task. Like if there is a 3 instruction, we have to write these 3 instruction for 1.3 billion people. That means 1.3 billion into 3 instruction. That will be a huge task, and that will not be completed. So how to reduce this one so that easily we can store any amount of value using this append, and so we bring this concept of for loop. See, in programming, why we are using the loop? Whenever we want the repetition of the instruction, see, these instruction must repeat itself. We want this instruction to repeat for every individual, and here we are going to insert some other value. Now, in case if you want the repetition, you are going to use the for loop. So here, for example, for I in range I already told you in our previous lecture also. So you can refer here. So for example, if I need to print this one for 1.3 billion people, so what I will do, I will just pass the parameter, and with the click of your enter, this is going to be printed for these many times. So you can see how smart we are, that with the help of for loop we avoid this big task. So I hope you got the concept of array, or you can say a list in Python. Now let's come back to program. Now here our program was to find the average of n numbers. So first of all, we must be knowing what is the value of n number. For how many number I just want to find the average. So for that we need the value of n. So for that we are asking the input from the user, that enter the number of element to be inserted, or enter the value of a n. Now using the input function we are asking from the user, and we typecast it to the int because we need only integer value, and then we store that n, the value, into the variable called n. Now once we got, for example, we got n equal to 5, so we need to find the average of 5 numbers. Now a is empty list. So for finding the average of 5 number, we must input the number of 5 subject 5 times. So you will see that this instruction, these 2 instructions must be printed for 5 times. Now instead of writing this instruction every time, we will going to put in the for loop, where for I in range 0 to n. So it will going to execute n times. So here it will going to execute 5 times, and whenever it will going to execute, it will going to ask a value from the user. Whatever value you are giving, it will going to store in x, and once it store the value in x, using this append, it will going to append and insert that value into the array. So I can show what we are doing. We can see that it is taking time, I guess. Yeah, it is started. So enter the number of element to be inserted. For example, we are calculating the average of our board examination. So there are 5 subjects. So here we have given the input as 5. Now since I have given the input as 5, the for loop I in range 0 to n minus 1, because I told you in the range like that it go from 0 to n minus 1. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means it will going to execute these 2 instructions 5 times. So first we will going to ask from the user the enter the element. For example, in first I got 85, and then suddenly we are inserting that value inside this one using this append tag. Then we got 78, then 89, 65, so 56, and the last one is 77. Now print a, it will going to show us the list of the element that are there in this array or the list, all these 5 elements. Now in order to find the average, we must have to find the sum of these 5 numbers. And once we are going to find this sum of these 5 numbers, then we are going to divide it by the 5, because in 5 subject we appeared, and that will going to give the average. So how to find the sum of these 5 numbers? So using this sum, since a is having these 5 numbers, if you will going to apply sum function, then it will going to add all these 5 numbers. So all these 5 numbers is added, and then we are going to divide it by n, and that will going to give us the average. Once we got the average, we printed the value of the average, and you can see the output now. So our element is 85, 78, 89, 56, 76, and the average of element in the list is 77. I hope I made myself clear to you. Thank you.